And joining us now as we talk New Year's resolutions here, we are joined now by our good friend Jana Davidson with the Progressive Agriculture Foundation. Jana, Happy New Year to you. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, I'm doing great. Happy New Year to you, Jesse.
Thanks for the time as we jump into our first Progressive Agriculture Safety Day update here for the new year. And again, as I mentioned, New Year's resolutions. And I know your new column you have out this month titled "You Don't Need a New Year for a Fresh Start." And I think that is a great way to put that because, yes, it is a new year, but we don't necessarily need that calendar flip to make us go, oh, okay, it's time for a fresh start, Jana.
I completely agree. I think when you hear New Year's resolutions, some people might love it. I think most people hate them. You feel obligated that you have to take part in this tradition of coming up with these goals that, let's face it, many of us probably won't make it through January without maybe going off course or completely giving up. Some might not even last a few hours. And unfortunately, I think goals are a wonderful thing. I think all of us have goals, and I think that's what resolutions can be. And they have good intentions, but I think that we just need to think about them a little bit differently so we can have some success and less failure in keeping them. I mentioned in my column, and it's so true. I'm a mom, and I have two girls that whether it's through their academics or through sports, you're always telling them, at first you don't succeed, try again. Or, in sports, I always say if they don't win, they're learning, they're learning what they can do to be better. And as adults, we tend to forget that. We don't remind ourselves. So I think that, that really ties into with what the column is all about. We need to set ourselves up for success and keep reminding ourselves that we can do it to stay on track.
Definitely. I know you have four different things in the column. Let's go through those if you don't mind and just talk about those a
Absolutely.
little bit. Start with number one for us, Jana.
Okay, number one, have fun with your resolutions. Everybody likes to have fun. So I think that when we view our resolutions, let's not view them as a major task, a major chore, or extra work. Let's add some fun into it. Make sure that they are achievable and that they're meaningful to you. I think sometimes we pick a resolution based on what someone else is telling us. That someone else could be our doctor. Maybe our doctor's telling us we need to lower our cholesterol or eat better or quit smoking. And that those are important, but it needs to be important for us to really take that on and make it meaningful and see it through. So that's just one thing that I wanted to bring up. Make them fun, make them obtainable, and also include your family and friends in these, and have some challenges. So a couple examples of that. We've all heard The Biggest Loser. So if you're trying to do something with weight loss, maybe you do have a challenge among your friends, among your coworkers, among your family. But let's take that a step further. One thing that I struggle with as an adult, I'm not sure if you're the same, Jesse, is meal planning. I
Mm-hmm.
have the best intentions to eat better, eat healthier, cook healthier meals for my family. But sometimes my schedule doesn't allow, and I get in that rut of the same old thing. It's easy, it's quick. So a challenge with your family and friends is maybe finding unique recipes and trying them out and then sharing them, amongst your family and friends. This worked really good. My
Mm-hmm.
family really liked it. You have something new. And if you live close by to your friends, maybe you pick a night and you cook a big meal and kind of provide it to your family and friends. And then maybe a night or two during that week, somebody cooks for you, and it saves you, time and energy, and also you're eating better. So there's just unique ways that you can do this and do it small. And then making sure that we reward ourselves for meeting some goals. We don't need to wait till the end of the year to really celebrate our success. So if we make it, 6 days with eating really well or achieving what we put out for it, reward yourself. Maybe it's that
Mm-hmm.
special coffee that you've given up. You can kind of have that as a little reward, or your favorite snack on Sunday because you did so good those last 6 days with eating better. So think about it that way. Make it fun, make it meaningful, and celebrate those successes. My
Definitely.
next, in addition to success, set yourself up for success and not failure. So a couple things to think about too is just know that you're probably going to have some bumps in the road. I mean, change is just difficult. It's not easy, I think, for anything. If you're having changes in work, if changes in your life, at anything time you're making changes, it's going to be a little difficult. So you have to account for that. There's going to be bumps in the road. There's probably going to be a time, going back to the healthy eating, where you pack that healthy lunch and you get to work and you realize you left it on the counter and you don't have time to leave. And the closest thing is dinner, and you do better that next day. So think about that. Think about also maybe it's reading a book. Maybe you want to read more books throughout the year. And this night there was some things that just you didn't account for that just got in your schedule and you just didn't have time. Take some extra time tomorrow and read a few extra pages or chapters and make up for it. You can really do that without feeling like you failed or have to give up. All right. We're a safety and health organization. So the third one has to do with safety and health. And that as part of your New Year's resolutions. So a few examples there. Mental health is so important. I think too with those resolutions that really can play with our mental well-being, because again, if we don't feel like we succeeded, I know that we feel guilty, we feel like we failed. So keep that in mind. But there's just little things we can do to keep ourselves safer and healthier. Make sure we're staying hydrated. Make sure that, we're getting adequate sleep each night. I know that's one thing my husband and I are working on right now, getting after this holiday and having some time off, getting back in that routine of getting a good night's sleep, turning off those devices, the TV at night, and really getting some adequate rest. And then just safety when you're, maybe you're one that sometimes gets in the car and you forget to buckle in every time. Make that a priority, and for everybody in your vehicle, all of your passengers. I also say it's the perfect time to get rid of that faulty ladder. If you have a ladder on your farm that you keep saying, I'm going to replace this, it needs to be replaced, someone's going to get hurt. It's now the time to do it. Make that your resolution to keep your farm safer, keep the people in your life safer. And the same thing with fire extinguishers and in your tractors and equipment. First aid kits in the barn. If this is something you've been thinking about or wanting to do it, because it's going to be so much better if it's there when you need it rather than it's not. And you were like, wow, I really wish I would have had this. So this is that perfect time to make those little safety and health initiatives into your life, into your family, into your farm or your home. Last thing, remember, it's not the end of the world if this resolution doesn't happen or it changes course throughout the year. That can happen for many of us. I think, again, sometimes we do rush in December 31st. We're like, oh, we need to have a New Year's resolution. Maybe use the month of January to reflect on the last year, maybe what you accomplished and what you hope to accomplish, not only throughout this year, but maybe the future years. Have those long-term goals as well as that year goal. So use that time to reflect. Again, I can't stress enough, self-care, mental health. Take time for yourself. That's important. It's not selfish. It's just vital. It's going to make you happier, healthier, a better friend, a better parent, a better everything. So maybe these resolutions can be doing something that enriches your life and brings you joy. So maybe you want to find a new hobby. Maybe there's something you've wanted to do and you keep saying, I'm going to put it off till I have time, more time. Do it now. And also maybe volunteer more. I love to volunteer, and it just makes me happier. I think it's great for your mental health. I think our communities need more volunteers. So just give a little of yourself and you're going to get a lot back in return.
Fantastic. Well, Jana, I know as well, of course, the Progressive Agriculture Foundation and Safety Days, the big mission, too, on top of everything you guys do, is educating children about dangers around the farm, the home, etc. Give us a plug real quick for Safety Days, as I'm sure 2023 is going to be a big year for those as well again.
It is. So far we have around 360 applications for Safety Days to be held in 2023. The good news is that we can always add more. So If you're wanting to bring safety and health to your local school, your community, reach out to us. You can visit our website. It's www.progressiveag.org. There you can find a way to sign up to host a safety day, volunteer. So we just mentioned the importance of volunteering. We have a link where you can actually volunteer at the safety day that might be near you. And if there's not one in your local community now, we can try to help change that. So please reach out to us and let's keep our children safer and healthier in 2023.
ProgressiveAg.org is how you could find out more information. With that, Jana Davidson, Progressive Agriculture Foundation. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the time. We'll talk to you again next month.
Thanks, Jesse.